Welcome to the Permian Strategic Partnership Podcast. I'm your host, Krista Escamilla. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Permian Strategic Partnership Podcast. I hope that life is treating you well wherever you're at in the Permian and beyond. Thank you for joining us. We are so excited to introduce the brand new chairman of the Permian Strategic Partnership. Mr. Jack Harper is with us today. Jack, thank you so much for being here.
You bet. Thank you. Glad to be here.
And congratulations. You're not even a month in, right?
That's right. That's right. Still there.
So it just started October 1st.
That's right.
And we're so glad to be able to share your story today. So I think that's where we want to begin, is just really, how did you get here to the Permian, and tell us about your love for West Texas?
Well, sure. I grew up in San Marcos, Texas, one of three boys. Graduated from San Marcos High School, went to Baylor, where I met a Midland girl, Shelly Davis at the time. We've been married for quite a while, but that was what started my journey out here. We've lived in Dallas and Denver and Midland a few times, but back in Midland since 2000, and just always had such an affection for this area and what it represents.
And what are some of the reasons that Midland is such a great place to live, to work, to raise a family? Because I know y'all chose to raise your family here. You could have lived anywhere in the world, Jack, but you chose Midland, Texas.
Well, when I very first came out here, even when I was just out of college, it always struck me that Midland was a place where huge business went on, but in a small community, and that was really appealing to me. And the sense of community, the people, and just the spirit is unlike any place I've been. And we have real people out here, which I really, really like, and it's been a great place for us to raise our family.
Absolutely. And of course, you've had an amazing career here in West Texas as well, deep in the heart of oil and gas. Talk a little bit about your time in oil and gas in Concho.
Sure. Yeah, it's my journey began in 1996 in the oil business, and various corporate jobs primarily, and was fortunate enough in 2006 to go to work at Concho. And really, it was a company we thought we would get public in about a month, but it took a year and a few months. But it was one of the most exciting and challenging things I've ever done, helping get a company public and then growing it from a small little company to really a large company. And building a large company in a small place is hard. And that was really the genesis of the PSP was built around that, and as well as preparing for the future and everything that this business out here would create.
I'm glad you mentioned challenges, because there's no life without challenges.
That's right.
And here in West Texas, we have unique challenges. Let's talk a little bit about some of those unique challenges that face our region when you are building a business, raising a family, all of the above.
Well, I think they happen to line up very well with PSP's priorities. Top of the list is education, healthcare, developing our workforce, as well as the roads and infrastructure. And those were issues that were in place a long time ago, and they will be in place, but we've made great progress in addressing those. And you really have to step back in time and do a little bit of a history lesson to remember why we are where we are right now. If you go back to the 1970s, the Permian Basin was making 2 million barrels of oil a day. It went on about a 35-year decline, and then the advent of frac technology arrested that decline, and we've since moved, since 2007-8, from less than 1 million barrels a day in the Permian to north of 6 million barrels a day today. And all of the infrastructure, both in the field and in the roads, as well as the social infrastructure needed to accommodate that, is really why the PSP was formed. And to date, we've the member companies have invested about $200 million, and that's been leveraged about 10 times with community partners in the state and others.
I think it's fantastic what you've done, because for those of us who have been here over 25 years, we have seen the ebb and flow of traffic, the ebb and flow of housing, the ebb and flow of healthcare. And so to see what you're doing now with PSP, it's really exciting. And some of the stories we've shared right here on the podcast have really shown the fruits of the labor of PSP. What are some of your favorite things that have come out of the partnerships with PSP and the community?
Sure. Well, I love, on a personal level, just seeing this from the very beginning. Concho and Pioneer, among other companies, really got this whole thing started. And just the friendships and watching so many great leaders and frankly, people that are, used to getting their way, all coming together in one room for a common cause has really been incredible to watch. And in addition to all the member companies, we have 2 university systems, the University of Texas and Texas Tech. They're great partners, and that's and I give a lot of credit to our past chairman Don Evans for being able to be there in the beginning and help set the tone, and it's really worked well.
It really has, and to hear about it 6 years ago, because I remember when Tracy Bentley was here her first week, she was on one of my podcasts.
Oh, great.
To what it is today, it truly is amazing to see. One of the things that stands out to me is the HERO program that's underway. I was driving down 191 the other day, saw someone pulled over, saw the HERO truck pull up, and I thought, that's amazing, and that is thanks to PSP.
Yeah, the roads programs, there's statistically, we can show that it's saved lives, spending this money and partnering with TxDOT and doing the projects we've done. The Beacon Alliance is a great example of the PSP acting almost as a venture capitalist and bringing along partners. And that project is really well advanced now with the Behavioral Health Center, some new state funding to fund the infrastructure. And I think that the sky's the limit out there.
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned the Beacon project, because I've been hearing it for a while. The Beacon, the Beacon, the Beacon. Yeah. And then the other day I was driving by, of course, saw all the progress happening at the Behavioral Health Center. What is your hope for that area, for that Beacon? For West Texans in general, how do you hope that it really helps us?
Sure. Well, we hope that it's a place, and to use Don Evans' words, where you can live, work, and play. And it's about a section worth of land, call it roughly 600 acres, and it's located right at the corner of 191 and 1788. So there's already some University of Texas Permian Basin facilities there, the engineering school. We have the performing arts centers there, as well as kind of an emerging medical community, and we really see it as a place to advance our medical efforts and needs out here for a really long time.
Well, it's very exciting. It is. I love seeing the growth. I love seeing new things being built, because as we all know, the median age now is in the 30s. We have kids that are about that age, right? Sure. And so it's exciting to see that growth for them.
It's great. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention education, of course. That's a huge, probably number one priority out here in for the PSP, and there's been great strides, great partnerships across the Permian Basin. But it's a nationwide, it's a state, it's a local issue that we really need to continue to focus on. And there's great progress to date, but a lot of work to be done.
Absolutely. Still. Let's get personal for a minute, Jack. Why did you take this role on as the chairman of the PSP? What does it mean to you?
Well, the stars just kind of aligned. My great friend and first boss in oil and gas is Don Evans. And like I said, I was in the beginning phases of PSP being built, and having worked with Don and been close to him and seen how he's led. It's something we've been talking about a while, and it just naturally progressed that way. But for me, it's just a tremendous honor, and there's just so much great momentum that I think we can build on. Yes. And I think there's just a lot of tremendous work to be done.
I know families are important to you. You have a beautiful family. They were all there when you were there, as yes. You were welcomed into the new role as chairman. What do you see for families that is something that you're working on down the road, the next steps for PSP?
Sure. Well, we need to keep reinventing ourselves to meet the needs of the community. And one thing that's really changed in a positive way, I know you've seen this, is the age yes. in Midland. It's become so young, and I think these young people are demanding nice things and modern things, and that's where we want to be. We want to move forward with the community and meet those expectations.
Yes,
I think we can.
Absolutely. I think, I mean, when you look at the partners that you have, the members, the membership, it is so, I would say, hopeful and promising to see that many people that are not only competitors, but come together for the greater good of West Texas and the Permian Basin.
Yeah, we need to think more highly of ourselves. Midland is very relevant, not just on the local and state stage, but it's relevant worldwide. And we need to plan for that and all the jobs that will be created and needed to develop this massive resource that is under our feet. I
always say you have to love where you live. If you're not loving where you live, what
right.
what are you doing? So
that's right.
Love where you live, because this is a great place. The family values, the economic opportunity.
Sure.
I could go on. The philanthropy that happens here in West Texas is truly amazing.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I can't imagine a per capita philanthropy anywhere else that matches the Permian Basin. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've been on the board of Abel Hanger Foundation for about a dozen years or so. And just since I've been on that board, watching the emergence of the Scarborough Foundation, the Marie Hall, the Warren Foundation, there's just so many that are just great community partners and all really want the same thing overall. We may go about things slightly differently, but we all want Midland to be a better, more thriving place to live and raise our families.
Absolutely.
And we need to be known for not just having the biggest oil field in the country, but also having a great quality of life.
Absolutely. I think that's so important, and that's what is making PSP so successful, is that they are pouring into that and the quality of life. I love that. Okay, so someone is coming to West Texas. You don't know who they are. This is just a fun question, Jack. I'm throwing at you.
Okay.
They're coming here to visit. What is the one place you're going to tell them to go see? Or you can even make a top 3 if you want. Just where do these people need to go first? Well,
if they've never been to West Texas, period, if they're coming to Midland, they need to go to the Petroleum Museum to kind of get their base. I think the Big Bend area is just beautiful. Love that. So that would be another place. And then if they have time and they're interested in the oil business, I think doing a tour of the field is really, it's a good reality check on our business, on the types of people and what this community is all about.
That's right. You can see what Billy Bob Thornton is really showing in Landman.
That's
you can see it for real, not Hollywood, right?
Yeah. And if they're going to stay at night, maybe Midland Meat, get a good nice steak or something.
Absolutely. Get that Wagyu. That's right. I love that. Those are great places. And Petroleum Museum celebrating 50 years, I believe, this year. And so that's really exciting. So, fun for all ages, definitely.
Sure.
Jack, this has been so much fun. I've loved hearing your story and your reason why you love West Texas. What are you hoping and most excited about as you step into this role for the future of West Texans and your family who lives here in West Texas? What are you excited about?
Well, I think the future's bright. I would love for some of my family members to move back, and
Me too. I'm on that list. I'm on ours too.
I'm just happy to be able to play a small part in shaping that. There's been so much great work done before PSP, during PSP, and continuing even after. And so being part of that progression is just something I'm thankful to have the chance to do. And I really think that Midland Odessa is, and the entire Permian Basin, is poised to really do great things in the coming years. And really, whether it's education, healthcare, roads, all of these things that are priorities of PSP are important, but really just a great place to live where people feel good about sending their kids to school, raising their families, and that being part of that is fun for me.
Leave it better than you found it, right?
That's right.
I love it. Thank you so much, Jack, for your time today. Congratulations on the new role. Is there anything in closing that maybe I didn't get to ask you that you want to share with our listeners?
Well, thanks for the opportunity, and really I'm honored to be in this role and represent this great organization and our community a lot of times. And I'm also very available, and I've already had many people give me unsolicited advice, so I'm sure that'll continue. But no, we're going to keep working hard and trying to make the Permian a great place.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for all you do. We appreciate you and your team. I want to shout out your amazing team because
thank you.
Tracy Bentley and Morgan and Lauren, I could go on, and everyone that makes it all happen. They truly are the hardest working team and have made amazing things happen already in West Texas. So we can't wait to see what the next 6 years bring. So,
yeah. Well, thank you.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jack.
Good to be with you.
And we want to thank all of you for listening. Please like, subscribe, share this with someone in the Permian. Share this with someone that maybe is doing work here, is going to move here. We want to share all the good things that are happening in West Texas. So all you have to do is go to the Permian Strategic Partnership, hit the subscribe button, and keep all the goodness going that is happening here in the Permian. We thank you for your time, and remember, we are all in this together, and we are better together. You make it a great day, and thank you, Mr. Jack Harper, the new chairman of the PSP. You make it a great day.